Love you.
Okay, so here we are again with another episode of Brad and Mira for the Culture, the Other People Show's weekly pop culture assessment. New episodes every Thursday. I am Brad Listi here with my friend and co-host, Mira Gonzalez. Hello, Mira.
Hello, Bradley. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm a little wistful. My daughter turns 15 today.
Happy birthday, Evan! Woo! Sound effects.
I can't believe it. It's like, I can remember distinctly like bringing her home from the hospital, and now we're here.
I can remember distinctly babysitting her when she was like a small child. Like we were playing like tea party with her like stuffed bunny toys.
Yeah. It's like, it's just in a snap. I'm going to have to teach her how to drive this year. I'm not ready for it.
Oh my God. You are going to be fucking stressed the fuck out.
Yeah, it's all happening. So happy birthday to her. And I want to give a shout out to Penguin Press, this week's sponsor, publisher of Pan, the debut novel by Michael Clune. Pan is the official August pick of the Otherppl book club. That is my book club. You can sign up at otherppl.com. It's a novel about a strange and brilliant teenager's first panic attacks. The prose is psychedelic and specific and uncanny. I had a great conversation with Michael Clune here on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. You can listen to it. It's in the feed. And I feel like everybody should read Pan by Michael Clune, available now from Penguin Press.
Read it, folks. He's a good writer. Big fan.
Yeah, the book was longlisted for the Center for Fiction's 2025 First Novel Prize.
Not bad.
So that's a good sign. And then otherwise, I want to give a quick plug to my new company, DeepDive.
DeepDive.
Which is now live. It specializes in the creation of audio courses, and the debut course from DeepDive is called How to Write a Novel. It features more than 50 hours of never-before-heard conversations, insight, instruction, inspiration from nearly 4 dozen of today's most celebrated contemporary authors.
4 dozen.
Yeah.
All right. That is a lot of fucking authors.
Yeah. 50 plus hours. There's never been a writing course quite like this one. You can check it out at www.deepdive.audio. How do I sound, Mira? Like in terms of my mental health, in terms of my spirit, 2 weeks into this venture?
I mean, you sound okay, but I can tell that there's like kind of an ominous tone to the question that you just asked that leads me to believe that perhaps you're not actually okay.
I'm just hoping, you're trying to kind of keep things going. There's an initial wave of excitement and some, this early wave of purchases. It's all very exciting. And then you're like, is it going to keep going, or is that it? And I found myself, because I'm doing this alone essentially, so I have nobody to talk to about it in a businessy way. So I'm like asking ChatGPT how I'm doing.
Oh no, you're talking to AI like it's a person, Brad. That causes directly listeners. If you are talking to ChatGPT like that, it directly causes dementia. Brad, you need to be doing a crossword every day to combat the dementia that ChatGPT is giving you.
So I asked ChatGPT like how my company was doing, and ChatGPT told me that I'm enjoying an exceptional launch and have achieved exceptional launch velocity.
Velocity. Now, how would you have reacted if they were like, "Your company is fucked. There's no way it's going to be successful. It's a terrible idea. What's wrong with you, Brad?"
Well, there was a story in the New York Times just recently about this teenage boy who committed suicide, or who died of suicide, I should say, who was talking with ChatGPT in his final hours and like asking it for like instructions. I mean, it's kind of very grim.
Wow. And then you were like, you know what? I'm gonna hit up ChatGPT too, see what they have to say about my new company now that I'm in a mentally fragile state.
That's so dystopian, but it's also kind of irresistible to be like, well, so how are things going? Here are the numbers. And I'll read a quote from ChatGPT. It told me, quote, "For a solo startup, your performance in the first week is exceptional. It places you way ahead of the typical indie hacker curve." And
Indie hacker? Does it know what you do?
Apparently, like the early performance of my company validates both the product idea and the execution. So that makes me feel good.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is very proud of you, so that's something. It's concerning. I worry about your brain. I personally, as somebody who has already given myself pretty significant brain damage from like drugs and God knows what else, have a no AI policy for myself. I use Google and that's it because I'd like to say it's for some kind of like moral or like environmental reason, which I guess it is, but mostly it's because I am afraid that my brain is going to melt even further if I start using it. Yeah,
it becomes, it's way better than Google because you can get like a more robust answer immediately without having to like search around. It takes that piece of it out. But
yeah, but it's often wrong also.
It is, but in my experience, like not really. Like it's more often right than it's wrong. I'm just being honest. Like it's not like everybody likes to think that it's like this, disaster, but in a lot of ways it's like, oh, that's really helpful.
Did you know that to do a ChatGPT query is 10 times the environmental resources as doing one Google search?
Yeah, no, we've talked about that. So I'm fucking up the world by using this.
Yeah.
But I need
fucking up the world. You know what doesn't fuck up the world though is DeepDive audio. That just enriches people's brains.
Yeah.
The opposite of dementia.
Yeah, I should say this is I think a key point to make is that How to Write a Novel, the debut course from DeepDive, no AI. It's real people. It's real authors. It's real voices. It's human stuff. And it's about human beings telling their stories. And I think that in this world that we're living in, we need that. And I feel like it's an antidote to the dystopian AI hellscape that we are careening into.
The rest of Brad's podcasts are AI, but this one is not, just to be clear.
So if you want to get the course, the launch sale is going for another 2 weeks, and it's 25% off. Just go to www.deepdive.audio. You can get links to the apps. You can download the DeepDive app for iOS or Android. It's all there. Deepdive.audio.
Deepdive.audio. Check it out, folks.
So what is going on with you, Mira?
Well, just continuing this year of absolute hell that seems to never ever stop. My grandpa had a massive stroke this week.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So this year it went from grandma having really severe cancer, taking care of her until she died. And then my grandpa had a fucking stroke. It was really bad at first. He couldn't, couldn't remember his own name. His face was all fucked up or whatever. And then we kind of didn't know what the recovery was looking like. We were all afraid. And then my mom goes and visits him, and she comes back and she tells us that he made fun of her for crying about the fact that he had a stroke. He was like, "Oh no, my mommy's dead and now my daddy's sick." And it was that moment that we knew that he was going to be okay. We were like, all right, he's back. He's good. He's making fun of my mom. He also just entirely blamed the stroke 100% on his annoying friend who he had dinner with the night before. He was like, I had dinner with him and he was so annoying that my fucking head exploded.
Jesus.
And so he's doing much better. He's going back home today. I am wondering, though, if this podcast has put a curse on my grandparents. What the fuck? If one of our viewers hired an Etsy witch to put a curse on my grandparents, stop, please.
Yeah, call off the curse.
Call off the curse. They didn't do anything to deserve that. They're pretty chill. I don't know. But I mean, maybe they called off the curse because my grandpa, his personality is back. And he's all right. The main thing that we have to do now is stop him from going scuba diving again. That fucking crazy ass motherfucker. He has been, he's been like a diver his whole life. He was a lifeguard for a really long time. My whole life has done spear fishing. So he just goes scuba dives with a fucking spear gun and just shoots fish in the ocean. And he had lung cancer a year ago. And he is in remission. He had radiation, was totally fine. And then so quickly afterwards started fucking diving again. And we were like, motherfucker, you are like in your 80s. You are an octogenarian and you just had lung cancer and you are fucking scuba diving? Like, are you out of your goddamn mind? And so now our entire goal is just telling him, like, you can't fucking scuba dive anymore. You just had a stroke, you maniac.
I like it. I like that he just goes right back out. I feel like there's something awesome about that.
Something awesome, unless you're like the one taking care of your fucking 83-year-old grandfather who just had cancer and is like, I'm gonna fucking like strap a fucking air tank to the back of my wetsuit and like go catch fucking fit. Like, it's insane. Like, calm down. You are 83 years old. You can just chill now.
So when Mira told me this news yesterday that her grandfather had a massive stroke, my first thought was, how is this going to affect the podcast?
This is how Brad thinks about the the tragedies in my life. He thinks, oh God, another tragedy. Here we go. How is this going to affect the podcast?
I was trying to figure out how to delicately be like, are we still recording or?
And you did text me yesterday and just said, talk to you tomorrow? Question mark. I have to imagine you workshop that in your brain. What's the most gentle way to ask her if this is going to fuck up the podcast?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really glad. I'm really happy your grandfather's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He sent me a text that was him doing like little like heart hands, and I responded and said, as soon as you're better, I'm going to beat the shit out of you for scaring me like that.
He seems like I like him. He seems like a vital, like positive and vivacious person.
Yeah, he's funny. He is vivacious. He's a maniac, and I guess a 2-centimeter bleed in his brain was no match for him.
Well, I feel like whatever listener hired an Etsy witch to put a curse on this podcast, maybe like that means we need to like stage an exorcism like of the podcast, or maybe like an exorcist to sort of like perform some sort of ritual on you on the show.
Yeah, that seems right. Like, I feel like we could hire an Etsy witch maybe to counterbalance the other Etsy witch, like you hire an Etsy witch to like undo the curse of the other Etsy witch, which might result in an endless cycle of hiring Etsy witches and then hiring Etsy witches to get rid of the other Etsy witch's curse. But like, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do.
I want to know what listener is responsible. Like, who's at home?
Yeah, please hit us up at letters@otherppl.com and let us know if you have hired an Etsy witch to curse my grandparents. You can be anonymous. I don't need to know who you are, but I am curious what the motive is. Why'd you curse my grandparents? What'd they ever do to you?
How many other grandparents do you have? We've gone through 2 at this point.
I have 2 grandparents. I have 3 grandparents, including my stroked out grandpa. And then I have my grandma on my dad's side, who is also old as fuck, but alive. And then I have a grandpa on my dad's side also, who I think is alive. He lives in Mexico and does not speak English. And I've met him like once or twice. But I'm pretty sure he's alive.
Well, best wishes to your grandfather. Does he listen to the podcast?
He doesn't, but I should tell him to. I should tell him that we shouted him out. And I do have a funny text to read from him later on.
We can have him on. He could come on if he's feeling up to it. He could.
He should come on the podcast.
He could pop in, and I would love to meet him. I feel like I would get along with him. The fact that he's so active. I like that he's swimming in the ocean in his 80s.
Yeah, you absolutely would get along with him. You would be like, yeah, like keep going scuba diving. Doesn't matter if you had a stroke and lung cancer and you're 83, like whatever. Fucking go catch some fish, man.
He's a real man. This is the kind of guy, I feel like the way that he should go out is he should just get eaten by a shark, right? Like it's like at the end of Legends of the Fall when Brad Pitt gets eaten by the bear.
Look, if you asked my grandpa, who, by the way, we all call Grandpasaurus. I don't know why, don't know how it happened, but his name is Grandpasaurus. That is what everybody calls him. And, I mean, if you asked Grandpasaurus how he would ideally like to die, he would say eaten by a shark, 100%. I'm like 100% certain.
Yeah.
He once told us to put his body in a wood chipper over the ocean to feed the sharks.
Just mulch him? Like, what do they call it? Chum. You got to chum the waters.
Exactly. Just turn him into chum.
Do you think you'll do it? I mean, will you give him some sort of ocean burial? I guess you'll probably put his ashes in the ocean.
Yeah, like we can put his ashes in the ocean. I'm pretty sure it's like fully illegal to put your grandpa's corpse in a wood chipper over the ocean. I'm not 100%, but it seems like it would not be legal.
I don't see why that would be a problem. As long as you get out far enough. Like, what does it matter? Like, it's just
It might not matter, but I just don't think it's legal to chop up a corpse in general. Right? Like, that can't, if someone dies, you don't get to just do whatever with the body, right?
That's bullshit. It's your grandpa. You do whatever. You should be able to do whatever you want with him.
It's my grandpa belongs to me. I would put him in the fucking wood chipper.
We should have him on the show to discuss this. Like, so what are you thinking, Grandpasaurus?
You thinking wood chipper? What's the deal? What are you thinking? What's the goal here? So I believe we have, before we get started on what is, trust me, very important news today, I think we do have an Angry Adam audio clip to play.
Oh boy.
So let's hear it. We have not listened to this yet. We're hearing it for the first time with you, our valued listeners.
Hey, Brad and Mira. It's Angry Adam. Greetings from Hamilton, New York. Just dropping my kid off at college. Brad, you pointed out that I hadn't bought DeepDive yet. Well, I want to and I plan to, but some of these reviews I've been reading have really given me pause. So, like, for example, this review I read in Autoerotic Asphyxiation Illustrated said 10 out of 10. I choked myself to this class over and over again. Here's another one from Physician Assisted Suicide Daily. It says, "Thank you for making our job much easier." And a third one, just from the Republican Party, actually, just A+. So, I mean, you tell me what I should do. I'd like to. I'm scared. You scare me. The whole thing scares me. Anyway, and I do love the idea of sacrificing a billionaire to the Titanic once a year. Maybe we could do that in every city. We could kind of make it like a St. Patrick's Day parade, or we could do it in conjunction with Pride or something. Okay, that's it. Bye.
All right.
Well, Angry Adam, I love the idea of doing the billionaire sacrifice in conjunction with Pride. Absolutely, yes, 100%. Like West Hollywood Pride Parade, we all watch the billionaires getting sacrificed to the Titanic. Fuck yeah. So our next story is a full-blown emergency. Let's get the air raid sirens going, you guys. This is a big one. It's happened. Taylor Swift is engaged.
Oh my God.
It happened, you guys. This is, I'm so glad that we happen to be podcasting on the day where the engagement was announced. Up until this point, Brad has put me on what I call the Taylor timer, making sure that I do not talk for too long about Taylor Swift. And you know what? We're breaking the fucking Taylor timer today, folks.
There it is.
Now, just to begin, I woke up this morning, normal day, feeling pretty, calm, fine, drinking my coffee, and then my phone explodes. I've got several Swiftie group chats. They're all in fucking shambles. Everybody is losing their mind. I also am in shambles. I'm so in shambles that I showed up so on time to the podcast today that Brad was not here yet. That is not normal for me. That is very abnormal behavior for me. And so I just, before we get started, thought that we should do a Is Mira Dying?
Another sunny morning in the hills above LA. Mira oversleeps and keeps mortality at bay. 500 grams for THC, a headache, it's a lottery.
Is she dying?
Am I dying, Brad? What are your thoughts?
I mean, the fact that you were on time and you beat me to the podcast and you were looking very alert and you were focused and enthusiastic in a way that is not at all normal makes me think not that you're dying, but that you're actually maybe this has done good things for your health.
Wow, like maybe I'm finally alive?
So, yeah, let's render the verdict. Drum roll, please. I am going to say, Mira, that Taylor Swift's engagement has actually brought you new vitality. You are not dying. You are, in fact, fully alive for the first time in memory.
Wow. Can we get some triumphant air horns going right now? Mira is not dying. Mira is living more than she's ever lived before. So, all right, let's get started. Taylor Swift and her large brain damage boyfriend, Travis Kelce, have gotten engaged. It was announced by a post to Taylor's Instagram account in which he is proposing to her behind a fairy tale setting of fucking flowers, and like it just looks like a mystical forest. It's staged incredibly, which is not a surprise at all. Clearly like staged photo op, like very, very, very much so.
Okay, so I have questions.
Hit me.
Do we know where they got engaged? Like, where were they on the planet?
We do not know. We just know that she was in a beautiful garden of some kind with like a fucking, not a huppa, I don't know what you call it, but flower arch.
Yeah, I mean, it was like meticulously and elaborately staged with all of these flowers. Yeah. It looked like some sort of enchanted fairy tale garden.
Yeah, it looks like where, like, I don't know, Snow White is asleep or something like that.
So, okay, so the question is then, so does he really pop the question there, or is this just a photo op? Because this is what I don't understand about a lot of these staged proposals, is that you've got a photographer who's probably visible standing there. You've got this flower arch and all of this elaborate staging. She knows exactly what's happening. It's not like you just like randomly saunter into this spot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just like, okay, let's go take a picture and make this official. Is that it? That's what happened? Or did they? My
feeling is that I think that he probably, I mean, I think that there was obviously like a lot of buildup here. Prenups had to be made. Like PR situations had to be figured out. Like I'm sure both of their teams were like heavily involved in the planning of all of this. But I just like, based on what they've said about themselves publicly, I would imagine that Travis probably did propose to her in like a surprise way, but like privately, you know, like probably like not anywhere where anybody could see it, maybe like in their house. And then they decided to do this photo op to announce it because like, of course, you know, like they're going to make it like a fancy photo op. And like, it's very clear that it was orchestrated and that she was aware of it because of the flowers, because of the professional photographer, and because they're both wearing like coordinated Ralph Lauren. And I cannot tell you how incredibly upsetting it is that the man who is marrying the biggest pop star in the world wore a Ralph Lauren polo in the engagement announcement. Unbelievably upsetting. I cannot fathom who told them this is a good idea. They have like the best PR in the fucking world. And he wore a Ralph Lauren polo in their engagement announcement. And it should be noted that Taylor also wore a Ralph Lauren dress that was fucking ugly. It's fucking ugly as fuck. Like, all right, all right, we're doing a Brad's Fashion Corner. Everybody holds. It's Brad's Fashion Corner time. We have to.
Body jet and Charlie go. New fur coat in a bathroom stall. Cerulean blue in a jet black room. Nobody's eaten since yesterday noon.
I feel like this is charming. There's something recognizably normie and Midwestern about the Ralph Lauren polo that he wore. And I think we've talked many times on this show about how Taylor Swift doesn't know how to dress.
It's true. She doesn't. She's, God does not give with both hands. She's an incredible musician, incredible songwriter, incredible performer, and she cannot dress for shit.
So I like that about her. It's one of the things I find most likable about her is that she's just, just a normie. And she, I don't know, it's like this striped dress. It's not offensively bad.
So, okay, we're looking at the dress right now. It's like it's vertically striped, but then the stripes like meet in a what do you call it? Like a vertical triangle kind of thing in the bottom. But then it's shirred. The whole top part is shirred. It's sleeveless, and like the waistline is just like a little bit lower than your natural waist. It's not quite a drop waist, but it's like a little lower than your natural waist. I think the cut is weird. I think that the fabric looks like pajama fabric. I think that it's a fine dress to wear like to the beach, but like your engagement announcement, it just doesn't make sense. Like a polo he's wearing, and the polo that he's wearing, it should be noted, is cable knit. He's wearing a cable knit Ralph Lauren polo, and she's wearing like a fucking like repurposed Ralph Lauren pajamas. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't know. And like people are dogging him on social media for wearing shorts, but it's the dead of summer. It's August. What are you going to do?
I'm much less upset about the shorts than I am about the shorts Ralph Lauren polo combo. Like, he's not even just wearing a regular Ralph Lauren polo. It's like a particularly ugly one. It's like a sweater shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part of it that I don't get. It's hot out. You're wearing cable knit polo. Like, why even make a cable knit polo?
And shorts. Why exactly? Why even make a cable knit polo? It's so fucking butt ugly. And then it's like, okay, it's summer. She's wearing a sleeveless dress. You're wearing a polo, but it's like a knit sweater polo, and then you're wearing shorts with it? Like, what? And then like the fucking color like scheme that they decide to go with is white and navy blue, or like off-white and navy blue. Like, she does not have aesthetic sense really almost at all. Like, she can be cute sometimes. She sometimes has cute outfits, but it's like, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day kind of thing.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to wear to a staged proposal photography shoot.
Why not floral? Why not go floral? Floral's classic.
Yeah, but she's already standing among all these flowers. It would be
that's what would make it pretty. Or just a solid color. If that dress was just navy, I would like it a lot more. Or if it was just white. The stripes are just unacceptable.
He's got white shorts on.
Ugh, yeah, exactly. It's this navy blue, and the shirt is navy blue. It's this navy blue off-white situation. I hate it. It's terrible. Having said that, the ring, it's huge. And we all know that, like, I'm not a huge fan of gigantic, gaudy diamonds. But I will say, begrudgingly, that, like, of the giant celebrity rings that exist, it's not the worst one. It's got a pretty setting. It's got a pretty, like, engraved kind of Art Deco setting. It's a cushion cut diamond. It's like, I don't know, maybe 8 carats or something like that, which is like tacky, but at least it's not 44 carats like fucking Jeff Bezos' wife. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about rings. That's so stupid. You have to spend all this
like,
money.
I love jewelry. I do give a shit. Like, I will like fucking, like, when Tyler proposed to me and I saw that he had a ring and he didn't let me pick out the ring, I almost killed him. But then I saw that I actually liked the ring and I was like, okay, you're okay this time, but that could have been a serious problem.
Yeah, I bet she picked out her ring.
Yeah, 100%. She's not going to let him pick out the ring. That's crazy.
What do you think he said to her when he proposed? Was he just like, me love you, Taylor?
Marry me, singer. Me love singer. Football man. Marry football man.
Make official relationship.
Wear ring. Love Travis. Love Travis forever. Never not love Travis. Thank you.
And then this thing, like, they, of course, announced this on social media. Like, that's the way they break the news on Instagram or whatever. And the caption is that, your English teacher just married your gym teacher, or is going to marry your gym teacher? Yeah.
And that's like a joke that Swifties make often, where there'll be like a picture of like Taylor Swift and like Jack Antonoff and Travis and Aaron Dessner or something. And it's like your history teacher, English teacher, art teacher, gym teacher, or whatever. And so I guess she's riffing on that.
Wouldn't she be the music teacher? Why is she the English teacher?
I mean, it's a good point. That's a good point. It's, I guess, like, she's viewed as literary generally just because she has a lot of, like, literary references in her music and stuff like that, and clearly is interested in it. And, like, she gives English teacher energy. Like, she definitely gives English teacher energy. Like, could you not see her teaching you in high school English and everyone being, like, having a huge crush on her?
I don't know. As a bona fide literary nerd, I take umbrage at her declaring herself the English teacher.
Well, as a poet who no longer has the attention span to read, I think it's fine.
as a fellow tortured poet.
Yeah, as a fellow member of the tortured poets department, I think it's great. So, yeah, she also added to the announcement her song So High School, which is about Travis and about how she feels so high school when she's around him. She's so in love with him, like, boy on the football team, whatever. This is a song that she added to Torture Post Department like a month after the entire album was already recorded, just to be like, look, I love Travis too. It's not only Maddie Healy. And so she added that there, I guess, to like make it be like, look, we're having like this high school romance that everybody loves or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. I guess she's like reliving her high school fantasies because she never got to be in high school, maybe.
Yeah, didn't she? She's been like a famous singer since she was like 13 or something.
Yeah, she didn't get to have like a normal high school experience. I mean, it's funny because in her song 15 that she wrote, there's a lyric that says, you'll do things greater than dating the boy on the football team. And now she's like, I'm dating the boy on the football team, you guys.
So yeah, that mean like he's played what, like 12, 13 years. This is probably his last season in the NFL. Like, you've got to believe he plays a pretty physical position. So his brain could have taken some shots.
It's a problematic brain damage gap relationship.
Yeah.
He just he's got CTE, but like it's like the good kind, you know? He's got the good kind of CTE. It doesn't make you beat your wife. It just makes you kind of like jolly and like makes it so like you don't know how to spell the word squirrel.
Just like jolly and obedient.
Yeah, jolly and obedient, just jolly wife guy is all he is. He just loves his wife, loves playing video games. Oh, Singer's so pretty. And he loves Singer.
What will do you think they're going to take each other's names? Will it be like the Swift Kelces or the Kelce Swifts, or will they just stay separate?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I think Taylor Swift will stay Taylor Swift. I think that she won't add Kelce to it because it's like her last name is such a thing. Like Swifties, like that's like it'd be wild for her to add Kelce.
What if he takes her name? That's what I would do.
He should. I feel like the name. Like, people should just take the names of, like, the more dominant one in the relationship.
Listen, that's what happens. Or they hyphenate. Like, especially if you're, like, if somebody gets married to somebody who's, like, from a famous family, even if the person they're marrying isn't famous, they will make a point to insert that famous name somehow for their kids so their kids can benefit from it.
Like, even the man?
Yeah.
Like, if a man marries a famous woman?
They'll hyphenate it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like, I've almost never heard of that before. Like, well, I guess in Mexico you get a hyphenated name, but the man doesn't. It's like if I were to marry like Tyler in Mexico, I would be Gonzalez Matson. And the kids would also be Gonzalez Matson. I
mean, your kids one day are going to be riding on your coattails as a podcaster. They're going to have to insert that Gonzalez.
So my grandpa, my stroked out grandpa, who has an actively bleeding brain, texted me like moments after this announcement was dropped. Like, and again, he's in the ICU right now. Only one of his hands works. And this man texted me moments after the announcement. Like, he knew what a big deal this was. And even with his stroked out brain. So I'm just going to read what he wrote here. I'm so happy. All glory to God. Taylor and Trav are finally engaged. Now people will stop calling her a slut and a whore because she was putting out for Trav outside of marriage. I wish them lasting and lots of sex.
Jesus.
And then I said, you literally just had a stroke. And then I said, I will still be calling her a slut and a whore, though. Once a harlot, always a harlot. He said, aspects of her slutness might be pleasing to Travis. He appears to be an accomplished man of the world. So that's my stroked out grandpa's take.
Yeah. What else? What is like you've got all sorts of Swiftie threads, you said, right, on your phone? So like,
oh my God, they're in shambles. Because like, okay, now that the Taylor timer has been smashed, I'm going to do a little bit of explaining here. There are factions of the Swiftie fandom based on her perceived sexuality. So as I've discussed before, I would consider myself a gaylor, but so you have the gaylers. They believe Taylor Swift is gay.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
So a gaylor believes that she's gay.
That she is a homosexual, lesbian, gay, likes fucking women, right? They're the ones who also believe that she dated Carly. I would agree. It's pretty obvious. And then you have the hetlers, who are the ones who believe that she is the straightest woman alive, which is a phrase that they say a lot. And then you have the kind of in-between people or what I guess I would be, which is the bilers. And those are the people who believe that she is a bisexual. And that would be where I land. I think that she did have relationships with women, but I think that this is also a legitimate relationship that she's having. I think she loves him. But the Gaylors, the like pure Gaylors, she's a lesbian Gaylors, are in fucking absolute shambles. These people they're gonna have to invent a psych ward specifically for the Gaylors after this. Like, I'm gonna read out. I was going through the Gaylor subreddit earlier just to sort of see. And this isn't even getting into yet my friends freaking out about this and their different allegiances. But just looking at the Gaylor subreddit, I'm in bed with COVID and my usual awful period, and now Taylor Swift is getting engaged to this man. Can my day get any worse? This is incredibly disappointing. I don't care. It's fake. The whole thing is for show, right? Ugh. This one is really alarming. I'm genuinely scared watching how serious Taylor and Travis are. What if she's really not queer at all? It feels like everything I believed about her could collapse overnight. If this is real and not some PR game, I honestly think I could end up in the hospital. I don't know if I'd ever be able to listen to her songs again. Okay, so just a couple more. I'm gonna vomit. I can't wait to hear the music we're about to get that will absolutely not match her public life. Again, I'm gonna vomit. Speechless and disappointed. So this is like the end of their lives. This is like, for them, this is worse than 9/11. This is their 9/11. But like, again, worse. This is gonna create, like 9/11 created the Iraq War. Like, just wait for what this is gonna create. Millions are gonna die.
So wait, there's like a real rift now among the Swifties. There's the Gaylors versus the Straightlers. What do you call them? Hetlers. And then maybe the Bylers are kind of in the middle and maybe less. The Bylers, like, that's not even a term you almost really hear because they don't like to find themselves because they're kind of more reasonable. They're just like, okay, well, she's dating people and she likes all those people and whatever. Like, we don't feel the need to like defend the position really intensely. But like the Gaylors and the Hetlers have always been at war with one another. The Hetlers are like, the Gaylors are insane. They're reading into things that aren't there. Like, what the fuck? You're crazy. And now the Gaylors are spiraling and the Hetlers are doing a victory lap. Now, my group chats are more complicated than that, in that there are people in there who are very strict Gaylors, believe that this is entirely a PR relationship. It's a lavender relationship. It is not real. She likes women and is pretending to like men. Now, there's also a fairly significant faction of the Swiftie fandom who call themselves performance art lords. Okay, these people believe that Taylor Swift's entire private life is a form of performance art. None of it is real. It is her performing the showgirl, performing as Taylor Swift. And it is, in reality, she is fucking women behind the scenes, and it's all completely fake. So you can see that there's kind of a spectrum of insanity in terms of how Swifties are and identify themselves. And every single one of these groups is losing it in their own special way. And none of them are coming together in any kind of capacity. My group chat in particular, like I feel like at least one of them is going to end up in like a psych ward or at least getting like a new kind of medication. Jesus Christ. So like there's going to be protests? Like, are we going to see like
fucking they are going to organize in a way that the DSA can only dream of. Like, we are going to see the French Revolution of Swifties. We are going to see violence like there has never been.
It'll be like Tiananmen Square. There's going to be a Gaylor who like kneels in front of the wedding limousine. Let's try to stop the wedding.
Someone's just going to shoot them dead.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand why it matters so much.
I mean, like, okay, it matters. Like, for example, my best friend Natasha is in Paris right now. And the way that she found out is that she was in this very fancy restaurant overlooking the Eiffel Tower. Somebody looks at their phone and like almost shouted, "Oh my God, Taylor and Travis are engaged." Like, as if the president had died. Like, it was literally like you're like in a movie theater and somebody's like, the president died. And then suddenly everyone's like, oh my God, oh. In Paris, not in the United States. Like, people are losing it. Like, I would bet that the vibe at the lesbian bars in West Hollywood is dejected. Low. Just like fucking just crying. Like they're all wearing black in mourning at the lesbian bars.
Just a square dancing to Chapel Roan.
Just dejected, square dancing, just fucking heads down, tears. I mean, it is only going to get crazier. Like next week, like, I mean, we might have to have a going segment on just like the most insane Gaylor posts that we've seen, the most insane Hettler posts that we've seen. Like people are developing new factions of the Swiftie fandom to fucking deal with this.
Well, speaking of insane posts, what has Trump said about this? Are there Trumplers? What? Because I know he hates Taylor Swift.
Trumplers? What would that be?
He's going to weigh in. You know he's going to weigh in. He won't be able to resist.
Yeah, he's for sure going to weigh in. Like, he's going to be like, don't do it, Travis. Like, she's not for you. It's not good. You can do better, Travis.
I feel like if this civil war between the Gaylors and the Hettlers really comes to pass, I feel like that's what will upset Trump the most, that the actual civil war will involve Taylor Swift and not him.
Right, like how did Taylor Swift ignite the civil war and not him? He's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, Israel's going to be sending like military aid to the Hettlers.
His like entire life dream to like start an American civil war will be, superseded by the Swiftie civil war.
I mean, the build up to this behind the scenes must have been so crazy. Like making the ring, getting the prenup all signed, like fucking setting up this, like figuring out the day that they're going to announce it. I mean, like her fucking numerology bullshit, August 26th is going to have some kind of annoying meaning. I just know it.
Well, it's my daughter's birthday, so.
That's what it is.
It's auspicious.
She said, well, it's Evan's birthday. I got to get married. It's time to get married to a straight man who plays football. And like, I do think the fact that like, he's not only a man, but he plays fucking football is a real hit to the Gaylors, because the Gaylors, when she was dating fucking Joe Alwyn, the like wimpy actor guy, it kind of felt like it made a little bit more sense for a closeted lesbian. Like, okay, here's this guy who's like, I don't know, maybe gay himself and like kind of quiet and like whatever, like, all right, you're dating this arty guy. But then Travis Kelce, like, what attraction could you possibly have to him besides like a very heterosexual attraction? And again, I'm a byler. I believe that she has dated women before also. But like the fact that she's dating a football guy is making the Gaylors like, there is going to be a new mental illness added to the DSM for this. Like 1,000% there is. Like
they could accept, you think they would have been able to accept like one of her twink boyfriends more easily had she married like a twink versus like marrying this meathead?
I think so, yeah, because I think like marrying a twink just like is inherently more gay seeming, kind of like he's just like not as much of like a man, or whatever. Like it's not like he's not gigantic and hairy and strong and like all of that shit. Like he's like more of like an arty like shithead kind of guy, and like that kind of is like more easy to accept than Taylor like being genuinely into like a football player with brain damage who can't spell the word squirrel. Like that is like a level of heterosexuality that like nobody is willing to accept. Like almost I struggle with it. But then also I understand the desire to have a like golden retriever boyfriend. And so it's like I kind of see it as somebody who believes that she's genuinely a bisexual.
I kind of feel good about it. I think that I think he seems like a really genuinely good dude. Like if you're hoping for her happiness and that she gets in, if she's going to get married, that it works out, I bet this probably will. I don't think he's going to like betray her. That's what I would say, is that I think he's like a faithful, like you say, he's a golden retriever.
I think she's going to cheat on him for sure. She's never had a boyfriend she didn't cheat on. She has cheated on every single partner that she's had. There's one thing that we know about Taylor Swift, and it's that she lies and she cheats. Two things.
Yeah, I mean, and like, look, if the Gaylors are right and she's really gay, then she might be trying to make this work to like please her family or...
I mean, that's the lavender marriage theories, right? That's what the Gaylors are really, really holding on to here, is that like, okay, because they were thinking this whole time, yes, she's in this relationship to please her parents, to please her conservative fan base, like whatever. And now that they're getting married, the Gaylors are desperately trying to like, to justify it, as being still a PR play, basically. which like on some level it is a PR play just because their whole lives are PR, and like the good PR has to be like contributing on some level to them feeling good about their own relationship. So in that sense, yeah, but like I really don't think it's completely fake. Like at very like they're if you see them on the podcast, they're clearly friends. Like they make each other laugh, they hang out. Like at first I was like, what the fuck do they talk about? And now I know what they talk about. Taylor says stuff and Travis is like, babe, you're so smart. Like, babe, like you know so many big words. Like it's so hot how you can like say all these big words, babe. Like I love that.
Oh man! Well, I mean, what do we think the wedding's going to be like? Do we have predictions and any kind of information? Or is there any intel on where this thing is going to happen, or what do you think?
Well, in the 1 hour between Taylor Swift having announced this and us starting recording the podcast, I did have really extensive text conversations with Natasha about what we think it's going to be. My theory is that nobody's going to know about it until after it happens. I think it's going to be completely secret. I think it's going to be small, like quote unquote intimate. Like I think it's going to have like her close friends, their family, Travis's close friends, but it's not going to be a huge wedding that is like, you know, I think we won't know the guest list even, like maybe ever, but at least not until afterwards. Like I think that we're going to just see professional photos of it when it's done, is my theory.
Will Blake Lively get an invite?
I think no. I think like that the thing about Taylor is that like she will be your best friend for a really long time. She is loyal. But if you fuck with her publicity, her PR, if you try to like use her PR like to your advantage in a way that isn't to her advantage, no, you're out. That's it. Like she will leave anybody for that. I think it's why she likes Travis so much, because he's never done anything close.
He's like in a different world. He's a football dude. He doesn't give it.
Exactly.
And I mean, he's got a ton of money of his own. So it's not like he needs her money, though. I guess like she's way wealthier than him by like an order of or several orders of magnitude. But even so,
million.
Well, I mean, he's probably worth like $40 million, and she's worth
right, but she's worth $2 billion.
Yeah. So it's definitely a huge step up for him financially to be in a marriage with her. But I don't buy the idea that this is somehow like a PR staged agreement and they're just friends and she just, I don't buy that at all. He wouldn't do that. Like, no.
I don't buy it either. I mean, I don't think any celebrity is above a PR relationship. And I will say this, like, I don't think is evidence that it's a PR relationship at all, but it is like very funny. Like Travis Kelce's publicist literally wrote a book about setting up PR relationships for his clients. Like, and I can really understand where that might lead the Gaylors to feel like this is a fake relationship.
Wait, say that again. Was it his agent wrote a book about it?
It was his publicist, who he still has, wrote a book about setting up fake PR relationships and like how you do it, what the point of doing it is, like how you continue it, like all of these things.
What's the book called?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. That I'm not sure. But that is pretty... like if I were him, I would at least fire that publicist and hire a new one if I didn't want people thinking it was a PR relationship. That's like a weird move.
I mean, I gotta believe Taylor's going to be taking over his publicity. Like her team is going to...
Oh, she already has to a large degree. Like I think like his publicists are pretty sidelined at this point. Tree Payne has... It's known publicly, has been working for him. She has given him a budget for clothes specifically and a stylist because she was not okay with the way he was dressing and needed him to dress differently. So like for sure her team is managing him.
What a machine to be like marrying into. Like that's your new life.
Do you think Tree Payne will officiate?
That's a good question. I mean, you think it's going to be a tiny wedding? I would.
Do you agree? Like, what are your predictions?
I think like I'm seeing some sort of destination. I feel like it's got to be spectacular. Like I cannot imagine Taylor Swift having a kind of normie wedding in Pennsylvania or, where's he from? He's from Ohio or Kansas City. Like that's not happening there. And
I don't know. I think it'll be spectacular, but if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be at her Rhode Island house.
that would be the one place. Like, I don't know. I'm sure she's got like a dozen houses, but like that's the place.
But that one has like a ballroom, literally.
Yeah, that's like an event space basically that she can like host her summer parties at or whatever.
And she can like lock it down too. Like they're like, she knows how to like make sure that like, you know, she's had so many parties there before. She kind of knows how to make sure that there aren't going to be, you know, paparazzi and shit like that. And that's why I think we're not going to know about it beforehand, because I think that she doesn't want any paparazzi to be aware that it's going to happen.
Yeah, but if people start showing up to that house, there's going to be paparazzi everywhere. There'll be drones flying. Like it's...
Yeah, but if cars are with dark windows are just like driving into her house, how's anyone going to know?
Well, I don't know. It's just, I feel like she's going to be under surveillance for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, like probably mid-wedding, someone's going to find out and there's going to be paparazzi. But I feel like with this relationship, she values her privacy. And that's said over and over again. She values her privacy. But I think like almost as a PR method. Like, I think that like that privacy like lets people imagine what their relationship is and like the fairy tale behind it and all this stuff. And like, I think that the wedding will be the same.
So like, if okay, so maybe it's Rhode Island, but if they were to do something exotic, have Taylor and Travis traveled together anywhere? Like, where have they vacationed that might be like a special place that they would revisit for their wedding or something?
I mean, they've been to like Utah and Montana, but they've been to, what was it? I think Turks and Caicos, and then like all the places on the Eras. Oh, they went to a zoo in Australia twice. Like Taylor went, and then the next day Travis arrived and they went again.
Me like zoo, Taylor.
Kangaroo funny. Want to touch koala.
Koala hug me, Taylor.
Taylor, look, kangaroo jump high. I fight kangaroo, I win.
That would be awesome if they got married at the zoo in Australia.
That would be the absolute coolest option, is to get married at the zoo in Australia. Like having like in like the, I don't know, fucking like koala habitat, like koalas on the trees behind you.
I mean, that it feels like the only reason I would say no to Australia as a destination, whether it's the zoo or it's some other locale, is just that it's so far to get like older family members there.
It's far, and it seems like a cursed country. Like they've got so many fucked up animals over there, and their accents makes my fucking ears hurt.
I don't know. It's a beautiful place, but yeah. I think that if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be somewhere kind of normie, but exotic and closer to the United States. So I'm going to go with Caribbean. And I think the most normie place in the Caribbean to get married would be like the Bahamas.
Interesting. I mean, it'll be hot though.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like if they're going to get married, like most engagements last a year. If they were to get married in the summer of next year, like it's like, in the age of climate change, doing anything in the summer is a roll of the dice. Like if it's like 120 degrees and there's a hurricane,
her, she'd probably have like outdoor AC somehow.
Yeah, she'd just have like ice blocks flown in.
I mean, like especially as like as the bride, you're going to be wearing this big, heavy, hot dress, and you're going to sweat all your makeup off.
I mean, maybe they'll do like a New Year's Eve wedding or something, but I feel like it's going to be such a to-do that she'll need time to plan it. You can't just rush into it.
We're gonna, and probably there already are, we're going to see so many predictions about the wedding date itself based on like her numerology bullshit, how she's like into numbers and is always adding Easter eggs with numbers. Like people are going to be analyzing everything that she has ever said ever to try to figure out what the date is going to be.
And you think T-Pain's going to officiate?
I mean...
And T-Pain, for those of you who are uninitiated, is Taylor's publicist.
Yes, that is Taylor's publicist. That is the man behind the curtain, so to speak.
But T-Pain is a woman.
T-Pain is a woman, yes. But, like Wizard of Oz, it's man behind the curtain. She's the woman behind the curtain. She is terrifying. She is... When you see her and Taylor Swift in public, Taylor Swift's like, you're going to have to ask this lady with the red hair. She's my boss. Like, that's how they work. I wish T-Pain would officiate. I think that would absolutely be like the best, funniest option. But I think probably it'll be Jason Kelce, honestly.
I think he'd be too emotional. He's going to want to be the best man. He'll be in the wedding.
I think he'll be both.
Maybe. I feel like they're going to have some
Or he'll officiate and then like Ross will be best man. Or vice versa. Like, I feel like they're going to have a friend officiate. And Jason is so funny and like so like good at talking. Like, I feel like he would be a good officiate.
Maybe. Or I don't know. Something about her. I feel like she might go more traditional, like have some sort of priest do it.
I mean, she does have like that vibe in general, just like with her upbringing and family and everything like that. Like, she would have like an actual priest do it. But like, she's not religious. And like, I do feel like she like avoids anything close to that. Like her like Tortured Poets Department has several lyrics about how her Christian upbringing was like a cage and like a punishment. Like, it just felt like they hated her. So I feel like it won't be religious, but I could see it being more serious.
Or it'll be like a woman, like priest, like Episcopalian priest who's like, you know, very accepting.
It's going to be a satanic minister.
Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback of the Chiefs. Hey, dog, I'm so proud of you, man.
Hey, dog.
Your love is an inspiration, dog.
Dude, Dad. Did you know that my mom's going to kill me for saying this, but she doesn't listen to the podcast, I don't think, so it's fine. My parents were married by a satanic priest. Like, literally.
That tracks.
My mom and dad got divorced when I was like literally 1 year old, and my dad's a shithead. But my mom and dad, when they got married, they were like 19 or something. And my mom was just like, "Can you find the priest for the wedding?" And my dad was like, "No problem." And then she shows up and it's a satanic priest. And my dad's a Jew, like fully a Jew. So, you know.
Do Jews even believe in Satan? I don't even know if that's like...
No,
yeah.
Jews don't believe in heaven or hell or Satan and barely believe in God. They just believe in like your great grandma guilting you from beyond the grave.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need, you know? It's just like family guilt. It's kind of Mexican Catholic in a way. There's some overlap there.
That's why I've always related to the Jews with their guilt. I'm like, yeah, that's recognizable to me.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like it's what Jews and Catholics like have in common is the guilt aspect. It just comes from different places, like guilt from God or guilt from like your relatives are going to be in limbo forever unless you remember to fix your ofrenda and stuff like that.
Just feeling horrible about yourself.
Yeah, constantly. Just constantly feeling like you're doing something wrong and disappointing everybody. That's the best part of both Judaism and Catholicism. So, Brad and I, as dedicated listeners will know, Brad and I made a bet like several years ago that Brad will pay me $100 if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are not married and pregnant by January of 2026. Brad, how are you feeling about that bet?
It's looking rough.
It's looking rough. It's looking like you're going to pay me $100.
I mean, I think there's an outside chance that they'll get married before then, but she would have to get knocked up. You know, I don't think there's going to be a planned pregnancy before that date, I think. But I do have to say, like, I might be off on time, but I think there's some accuracy to my prediction because they are getting married. I would imagine they will have a family. But
do you think they're going to have kids?
I'm guessing they will have kids.
I'm kind of torn on that. I don't know. Like, I feel like Taylor Swift loves kids. Clearly she does. I mean, that's like, we know that for a fact. But she's never said that she wanted a kid. And she's had several lyrics about like not wanting to have kids yet. I assume that her eggs are frozen somewhere. I feel like maybe she would do a surrogate if she did have kids.
That's the new trend.
Yeah, like just because she doesn't want to like, give birth if she can pay for it.
Yeah, do you outsource that?
Yeah. But also, I mean, I could see her not having kids. Like, I think she probably will, but I wouldn't be too surprised if she didn't.
You don't marry a guy like Travis Kelce and then not have kids with him. That's like, his whole purpose is to be like the big golden retriever dad who like the kids climb around on and he kind of does everything and like throws them around the pool or whatever. Like that's what he's for.
It is true. I mean, it's like what he's literally made for. Like if he doesn't like have kids to be like a big burly dad who's throwing them around the pool, it's kind of like, what is the point of him? I think that is a thing. And I do wonder if that's maybe part of like what the discussions that went on for getting married is like Travis wants kids. And if Taylor doesn't, that would have been a problem, probably. Like I have to imagine.
Me put baby in your belly, Taylor.
Want baby. You have baby. You have Travis baby. We make new Travis. Travis 2. I would bet if they do have a kid, it's going to have a really adorable name. Like that kid is going to like have the cutest name. It's going to be like something that I actually love and that isn't annoying.
Will it be a T name? That will annoy me.
Oh, that would be really annoying if it was a T name. That like, but no, because the Kardashians do that, and I feel like she wants like to be nothing like them.
That's an interesting gene pool. Like this kid's going to be so tall because he's like 6'5".
So fucking tall, and she's 6 feet.
Yeah, so you're going to have a giant probably, and then he's like a meathead ogre, and she's like this statuesque beauty. Like who knows?
I mean, Taylor Swift being like, she strikes me as like an autistic person whose special interest is being famous, and I think that like because of that, she's probably having like a lot of just debate with herself about having kids in terms of like the PR aspect of it. What if you have a kid and they turn out like Paris Hilton and they're like out there partying and doing all kinds of crazy shit, and like you're Taylor Swift, that ruins potentially your perfect PR shield that you've had this whole time. Like that's a potential issue, you know? Like she's going to have to then be looked at as a parent, and people are going to like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I could see her for sure having kids. But also, like, I think that there are some real things that make her potentially want to not do it. Like, I think that, like, most pop stars, I wouldn't believe that about. I would be like, they're going to have kids, like, whatever. But, like, Taylor, I think, actually might really be debating it.
I feel like those conversations have been had.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I think if they're going to have kids or not, it's been decided. Do you think they're going to last?
Yes, I have. I actually do. I'm optimistic. I think that she has chosen wisely. I think this is the perfect guy for her. He will dote on her. He's a normie dude from the Midwest. He's not in entertainment. I mean, I guess he probably will be. I could see him being a movie star. He'll be like
and like kind of is now, but like not fully. A different kind of entertainment than Taylor, though.
But did you ever see him host Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
He was good.
He was good.
Like
he was really good. He's funny.
He's funny. And he's got like that natural kind of like comedic thing. He's like very likable dude, but
he's going to be a personality for sure. Like he's going to leave his sports career and do acting and continue the podcast and stuff like that. Like he's going to be a media personality for a long time, I think.
Yeah. But the point though, is that like he's coming to that after he's had this like mega successful career as an athlete, and being a mega successful athlete, it's just a different world than like Hollywood and music and all that kind of stuff. Like, so she's dating somebody or she's marrying somebody who's kind of outside of all that. He's also spent his adult life in Kansas City, which is just like, I don't care how famous you are there. Like you're able to be like a normal human being there. He didn't really get intensely famous until he started dating her anyway. And I mean, I think that's good.
Yeah. And like, it does kind of feel like in the same way that like Lana Del Rey is sort of playing out her like white trash Southern fantasies by marrying that alligator wrangler. I feel like Taylor Swift is kind of playing out her like high school popular girl, like small town, like fantasies that she has. Like that's like what all of Folklore was about, was like an imaginary small town where teenagers have like love triangles and then like date the boy on the football team and marry him and stuff like that. Like I feel like he really fits into like this image of like what she would want to be, except for the fact that she's a massive celebrity and can't. And I think that she really likes that. But I think that that is something that she could get sick of. I think that that is something that might only entertain her for so long. And I do want to say she's a cheater. Like I said, she has cheated on every boyfriend she has ever had. I do think she will cheat on Travis. And whether or not that will end the marriage is kind of like up in the air. But if there is a divorce album, that divorce album is going to hit like crack in the 80s. Like, oh my fucking God. That, if they get divorced, like, that is like every Swiftie will come back together. It'll end the Civil War. It'll be like, okay, we all are coming together because this album is so fucking good.
It'll be, yeah. Well, no, I mean, especially if she cheats on him with a woman. Oh my God. Like,
oh my God. Fucking that just, like, they have to invent like a new kind of crack to replicate the high that would be.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm an optimist. I wish them well. I hope they have a long, happy life together. And all that stuff.
Yeah, like I think that like a lot of people think that Taylor Swift's songwriting sort of like rests on her having tumultuous bad relationships and her being able to write about it. And I think like a lot of the stuff I'm seeing from Swifties is people sort of being like, oh no, she's like going to be like happy. And like, is she going to write good music? Like what, like the tragic music is like what we love. But I disagree. I think that like when she was like happy with Joe Alwyn and just like living with him during COVID and like hanging out is when she wrote her best album. I don't think that artists need to be miserable to make good art. And also I think that if she wanted to get miserable to make good art, she will just cheat on him.
I look forward to her album entitled Golden Retriever. It's like, or like Obedient School.
It's funny because she in her last album referred to Maddie Healy like a golden retriever, which he clearly is not. And Travis is. So maybe she found what she was looking for.
All right. Well, we're happy for the couple. Good luck, guys. Congratulations. And Mira, what else do we have to cover today in the world of popular culture?
Well, I'd first like to apologize and thank our beloved listeners for allowing me to break the Taylor Swift timer, which is now permanently broken and everybody's fucked. I'm going to talk about this forever until they're married and the podcast is ruined. So on to the next topic. The next topic has to do with rapper, Old Town Road musician Lil Nas X, who was hospitalized after wandering around LA in it's like a pair of tidy whities and white cowboy boots, and then later completely nude. So videos were taken of him by people who saw him on the street. And he, I gotta say, despite being clearly in active psychosis, like that diva was serving, like walking down the street in his tidy whities, like it was a catwalk, like just taking pictures with like the cuntiest poses you've ever seen. I was very impressed by that.
Wait, what time of day was this? Was this late at night?
Like middle of the night. It must have been like 3 a.m. What did they say? I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. is when they got him. So it was like probably like 2 a.m. when I saw that or when that video was taken.
But so fans were recognizing him in his underwear?
Yeah, there was like a couple of people because it was basically empty on the streets because it was in fucking Studio City and it was like, the middle of the night. So there was only a couple of people. And I think that they were the ones who called 911 to be like, Lil Nas X is out here nude in Studio City acting insane. And those were like the videos that first came out was just him with these guys like, walking down the street acting insane before the rest of the story broke.
Who gets naked in Studio City? Like, what the fuck?
Right. Like Venice Beach is the place you get naked. You don't go to Studio City to get naked.
Yeah. It's like the Studio City's where you go to film the Brady Bunch. You got like this dude walking down the street naked in white cowboy boots.
I mean, it's also just like such a like bougie white person neighborhood that like you would have to be on a lot of drugs to feel like it's anywhere near safe for you as a black man to be like stomping down the street fully nude at night.
Yeah.
That's like a serious roll of the dice. Like that is just like, it's really incredible that something worse didn't happen to him. I think it's the fact that like they called 911 and said Lil Nas X is here. They're like, okay, well, he's famous. So like, we're not going to treat him the way we normally would treat a nude black man in Studio City at 2 a.m.
And clearly he was high. I mean, he seemed like he was high as fuck. Like that was what it was. Like, do we know what he was on? Do we have any indication?
They didn't say, but I'm like 99% sure it was meth. Like I've seen people on meth before. I think he's probably on like a meth binge and didn't sleep. He seemed like really, really strung out.
I'm going to say some kind of psychedelic, I think. And the reason I say this is that I had a friend who, when he was in college, like had a hit of acid and he came home from work. He was like working a job in college as like a...
Wait, you took a hit of acid at work?
No, he was like a bartender. He worked like the afternoon shift on like a Saturday or something. And then he got off of work at like, I don't know, in the early evening. It was still light out. And he goes home and he's just like, didn't tell anybody. But he took this acid on his own. He just was like, whatever, I'm in college, I'm bored.
That's such a funny move, taking acid without telling anybody.
Yeah, this was exactly the kind of guy this guy was. He would totally do this. So anyway, like this is all with the benefit of hindsight. He comes home from work. He's sort of like on a whim is like, I'm going to take this LSD. It was like a sugar cube, I think. He puts it on his tongue and he kind of like hangs out and then starts to, you know how it kind of comes on gradually, but you start to feel it. And so he gets a little antsy and he just starts cleaning the house. And he was like a total neatnik, but he takes this acid and he gets a little antsy and he starts to aggressively clean. And he was kind of known as like a neatnik, so it wasn't totally crazy that he would be like manically cleaning on a Saturday night. Because he lived in this house with like a lot of other people, some of whom were, I also know. One of whom was his sister, and like they come home and I think they saw him cleaning. And they're like, okay, and then they left, to go do something. And when they came back, like he was not there. And then they kind of like went to bed and woke up the next morning and he still wasn't there.
Oh, fuck.
And it was like, well, wait a minute, like where? And then I think somebody knew that he had this hit of acid and so they thought to check and they were like, oh my God, the acid's gone. Like, anyway, and then somebody goes onto campus. This was at Indiana University. Somebody goes onto campus and finds his clothes meticulously folded in a pile and like left on the lawn. And then somebody else was like, oh yeah, interesting because like I heard a rumor that there was like a naked guy on Kirkwood last night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Kirkwood is like the main drag in Bloomington. I think that's the name of it, Kirkwood. And it's like where all the college bars are.
So this man at this point is nude and has been missing for like 24 hours?
Yeah. Yeah. And so people were like, yeah, everybody was out at the bars last night. It's a summer night, so it doesn't get dark until like, 8:30 or whatever. And it was still kind of daylight out. And this dude is just slow walking, like completely naked down Kirkwood. And like, apparently, so like, it's like this mystery that people are trying to put together. And apparently the police sort of like gently escorted this naked guy into a car. He didn't put up a fight or anything. That was kind of the story that they gathered. So by that point, I think they had like a pretty solid idea of like where he had gone and what had happened. Like they'd found his clothes. Okay. He took his clothes off. Okay. There was a naked guy on Kirkwood. But then it was like, how do we find him? And if we do, are we going to get in trouble? Like, And
like, is he still nude? Like, I feel like if he's still nude, people would be like, the nude guy's here. The nude guy's here. I see the nude guy over here.
Yeah, he's going to be inconspicuous. But, he's going to be conspicuous, right? If you're naked. Yeah, if you're naked, you're conspicuous. So anyway, long story short, like 48 hours or 72 hours go by and they haven't heard from him. And they're like kind of freaking out, sort of wondering what happened. And then they get a phone call.
Wait, 2 days? He's been missing
2 or 3. Like it was a while.
That's because like being missing 2 or 3 days is terrifying, but knowing that all of their clothes are gone and they've been missing for 2 or 3 days, like, are they still nude? Like, what the fuck? Like,
meticulously folded and left in a very neat and orderly pile on the lawn.
Extremely intentional.
On campus. And so the phone rings and you can imagine they like pick it up and they're like, hello? And it's him. And he's like, I'm at the hospital I'm in the psych ward at a hospital and I need you to bring me some clothes and come pick me up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So what happened is that this acid came on like extremely intensely and he decided to go for a walk. And then it was like really hot and humid and like summer, in Indiana.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I'm fucking hot. Like, I just need to get naked or I'm going to die. And then he takes off all his clothes and he's just like so zonked that he's like, I'm just going to walk naked. Like, he completely lost touch with reality.
Men only do that. You never see a woman getting so high that she gets naked.
Yeah. Why not? Why can't like a woman do this? But, so he walks down the street, the police take him, and then he goes into a hospital and the police are like, are you on drugs? And he reflexively said no, like, cause you just don't, you don't tell a cop that you're high because you can get arrested for taking the drugs.
So let me get this right. He was so high that he didn't know that being naked was a problem, but he did know that telling the cops that he was high was a problem. That's so funny.
That tracks with our childhood because the cops were
deep-seated knowing to not talk to cops.
Yeah, and plus, like the cops where we grew up were just like relentlessly picking on teenagers and just like getting us in trouble. That's all they had to do. So he just, I think, reflexively said no. But when he did, and they had no way to prove, like you can't trace LSD very easily.
Yeah, you can't really drug test for it.
Yeah. So it was like, well, this guy's just kind of out of his mind, and he says he's not on drugs. And I think like as a matter of protocol, the cops then had to assume that he was just like had a psychotic break.
Right.
And so there was like some state law in place where like, well, he's got to be an inpatient for like 72 hours while we monitor him to make sure he's not like a danger to himself or others. So he's tripping on acid, goes to the psych ward. They probably strapped him into a bed. I think
Holy shit.
they strapped him into a bed, and like maybe they gave him some sort of like sedative, hopefully, but he is.
I hope, because that is like the worst LSD experience I could imagine. If I were him, I would be freaking out just so that they would give me a sedative, even if I didn't feel like I needed to freak out.
And so, yeah, so he comes down from this trip in this psych ward, and then he had to stay there for like 2 or 3 days and be monitored, and he had to do like group therapy and shit. And like sit in a circle with all these people who were like legitimately like bonkers. And
he was like, I just took LSD. I don't know you guys.
yeah, he was like, it was like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and he's sitting there like totally sober now, like, oh my God, like what the fuck did I do? And
I mean, I wonder, like, do you know what the cops did like with his like naked body? like if you're getting arrested, like, are the cops like putting clothes on you to arrest you, or are they just like grabbing you naked with your willy hanging out?
Yeah.
Like what's the protocol?
This is where I kind of feel a little bit of sympathy for cops. Like you get called to go like deal with Lil Nas X, and this dude's butt ass naked walking down the street. Like you stop and you say, okay, we got to take you in. There's got to be a protocol for that. Like they've got to have like what, a blanket in the back of a cop car, and you just wrap the dude in a blanket.
I mean, they must. And I gotta say, I do not feel bad for the cops at all. This is a job they signed up for. You don't feel bad for a firefighter for burning his hand. I mean, that's just what you do. I mean, they must wrap him in a blanket, but like, what if they take the blanket off in the back of the cop car, and then it's just bare ass on the seat?
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, that's where I start to get skeeved out. I'm just like, this is too much. And
that's where I start hoping, like, all right, yes, take the blanket off, shit yourself in the car, make it as unpleasant for the cops as you possibly can.
Actually, it's now been reported that Lil Nas X had secretly gotten word that Taylor and Travis were engaged, and he had a psychotic break because he is a gaylor. And
this is going to be known as like the beginning of the Civil War. Like, this is the attack on Fort Sumter.
Yeah, this is it. This is the first shot in the Gaylor versus Hitler American Civil War. And Lil Nas X will go down in history as he's like the Paul Revere, figure.
Yeah.
Even though we're
exactly running nude down the streets of Studio City. Taylor and Travis.
we're mixing our wars now. That's Revolutionary War. But
yeah, whatever. Same thing. I cheated my way through history class, so I don't fucking know.
I just want to say though that I before we wrap up, I feel like it's fine for a person to want to be naked. I don't see why this is a crime. Like people should, like human beings, like you're born naked. You should be able to walk around naked if you want to be naked. What is it hurting anybody?
You're born naked and the rest is drag.
I do have to point out, though, an inconsistency, which is that you do not like that when somebody is, you don't like nudity when somebody is shitting in the bathroom at Griffith Park.
Yeah, but it's the shitting. It's not the nudity.
Okay, so like people should be nude all the time, but they should put clothes on when they shit.
No, they should just shit at home.
In nude or with clothes on?
I don't care. It's your house. Do what you want.
And so if somebody is shitting in public, should they like bring a little satchel of clothes with them in case, so they can put the clothes on to shit and then take them off when they're done?
Listen, my only point of contention is that there should be a door on the stall. If you're going to defecate, do not defecate in an open-mouthed stall.
Right. If there was a stall on the door, they could all be nude.
If there was a door on the stall, yeah. I mean, nude doesn't bother me. I feel like nude is something we should accept. It's just who we are.
Now, what about nude sitting down on a public bench? Not great.
I feel like you should have to carry your own like pad.
Which is what they do in nudist colonies. They carry towels with them.
Yeah, like have a towel. And then like that's your towel, and it gets I would be a little skeeved. I'm not saying I would be nude. I'm kind of somebody who wants like the germ thing.
You're a never nude.
Yeah, nobody. By the way, I also think that like you should only really be nude if you look good nude. And there's like 1% of the population that actually looks good.
Lil Nas X looks good nude.
Yeah, he could pull it off. He could
pull it off.
But that's why he was doing it. And he had his white cowboy boots on which I think might have saved his life.
The cowboy boots.
I just feel like, you get a call. There's like a black man walking down the street naked through like a bougie white, little enclave. That could be dangerous for the black guy. But if the black guy's wearing white cowboy boots, it's sort
a
of
little less threatening.
The threat level ratchets down dramatically.
They were also like bright white cowboy boots, like well taken care of white cowboy boots. There was not a scuff on those babies.
Yeah.
He was serving even in his worst moments.
Yeah, it's just like having a psychotic break and looking fabulous.
Well, on that note, Brad, I will be having a psychotic break and looking fabulous for the rest of my life, I hope.
Just waiting for this wedding to happen?
Just waiting with bated breath, trying my best to talk down the girlies in the Swiftie group chat so that nobody ends up in a mental hospital like your friend on mushrooms. Frankly, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself today, and I'm glad that I have therapy later.
Are you going to talk about this with your therapist? Are you going to be like, by the way, Taylor Swift is getting married. I don't know how to feel about it.
It was like one of my first thoughts was like, am I going to talk about this to my therapist? And I feel like the fact that I'm asking that question means that I need to talk to my therapist about it.
Do you do this in person or do you do it like over the transom?
No, over Zoom.
Over Zoom.
Yeah, I don't like leaving my house.
So, Mira, there was a story we were going to cover about somebody finding a human finger in a chicken wrap at a restaurant in Queens. I don't know if we need to go there. Do we close with the human finger? There was also a story about Jamila Jamil ripping Serena Williams for promoting weight loss drugs, but I don't even know who Jamila Jamil is.
Yeah, that's a long Brad learns that we might have to
we'll table it.
Yeah, maybe table for the top of next episode, the Jamila Jamil Brad learns moment.
So just so people know, the restaurant in question where this person allegedly bought a chicken wrap that had a human finger in it is called Create. And
with an 8 or just CREATE?
Just Create, just like that's the traditional spelling. It's in Astoria. Wow. It's in Astoria in Queens. And
that's a good warning for our listeners. Do not go to the human finger restaurant unless you're into eating human fingers, in which case I don't want you to listen to our podcast anymore.
Well, where did this let's say there was a finger. It's like a fingertip. Like, where did it come from?
It just reminds me of like the Big Lebowski when fucking what's his face, Jeff Bridges is like, you need a toe? I can get you a toe. Give me 24 hours. I can find you a toe.
No, that's not Jeff Bridges. That's
you're right. It's
oh my
fucking
God.
It's not the dude who says it. It's the other guy who's like
John.
Yeah,
John
Goodman.
John Goodman. Yeah, you need a toe?
You need a toe? I can get you a toe.
You need a finger? What if I almost feel like it's better. I'd rather eat a finger than a toe. I don't want to eat somebody's toe.
Oh, that's an interesting thought experiment. A toe is smaller though.
Yeah, but I'm not into feet like that. That's
pinky finger versus pinky toe. Both are clean.
If they're both been sanitized, I guess either one would be equally gross. But if I'm just going to assume that it's just like hacked off of a body, I'll take the fingertip over the toe.
I guess I would take, is it the whole finger or just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip? All right. Just the tip, I would take the finger.
And the thing is I don't know how much money this restaurant is worth. Like, you'd sue if you really did eat a fingertip, you just sue the shit out of them and they probably have to pay you something. But how does this even work? How do you prove? Like, how do
you prove it was there to begin with and not just put in there? Yeah.
Like, I could see somebody being like, I have a plan. Like, you could do this to any restaurant. You could go to McDonald's and just be like, there was a fingertip in my French fries. Like, I'm going to sue you for $8 million or whatever.
But then you have to find a fingertip, right? So then that's like a whole other thing where like maybe you countersue and say, where the fuck did you get the fingertip that you put in our food?
You need a fingertip? I can get you a fingertip. Honestly, like, I feel like people are so hard up that there could be like some sort of plan hatched.
Cutting off your own finger?
Or just like it's like you and a friend. It's like, listen, you do the fingertip. I'll take the legal case, the court. I'll be the front man. You be behind the scenes. We'll split the winnings.
If you were the restaurant's lawyer, like, I'd be asking for a DNA test on the fingertip. Whose fingertip is that? Does she know the person whose finger it is?
Yeah, and is it like then you have to get like draw blood from all the employees? Like, it did an employee. Are there any employees? Because that would be the most logical
Right.
Like it's some employee that cut off the tip of their finger in the kitchen and it ended up in the food.
Right. And if it wasn't an employee, then like a manufacturing process needs to get shut down because there's fingertips in it.
Well, yeah, because the thing is like you're at some chicken factory.
It could have been that.
There could easily be a fingertip in the chicken.
How do you serve food and not notice a fingertip in it?
Because it's the same color as the chicken. It's all flesh.
But like, oh, because it's like cooked?
Probably. It's all mixed in there.
Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. That is like, I mean, if that truly actually happened and it wasn't like just her putting a fingertip in there, I hope she gets literally $1 billion.
But how does it when you own a restaurant, like Create probably doesn't have $1 billion. It's probably got nothing. Like
Right.
restaurants are hard businesses to even make profitable.
I mean, unless it's like been invested in by like VCs or whatever, and it's going to become a chain. That does happen.
But I guess the question then is like, when you open a restaurant, you probably have to have an insurance policy.
Yes.
For anybody who might get hurt on the premises or somebody gets like food poisoning and
Yeah,
dies.
it has to be like not your fault. But also like there has to be like it's a health code violation, right?
If there's a finger, yeah.
And like if that like causes like, you know, like emotional distress, which clearly it would, I feel like you could sue for that. Also, I feel like even if she doesn't have a case that she could win, they would pay her off just to not sue them because it would be such bad publicity for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be bad for the local business. If
like going through a lawsuit like that when you're a small restaurant, you would just be known as like the finger restaurant.
I told you the story on this show about my wife getting a fingernail in her pizza in Vienna in Austria.
I would almost prefer a whole finger.
Yeah, I honestly would too. It was so foul.
Oh, that is so fucked. Because it's like if it's a full finger, okay, here's a finger. It's got a nail attached to it. Something about a detached nail fucks me up.
Yeah, and it was like yellow and fucking thick. It was
oh
gross.
My God. See, fucking she deserved $1 million for that. That is emotional trauma.
And they were like the waiter, like when we told our waiter, he could not have been less sympathetic. He was like, whatever. I'm Austrian. We eat fingernail.
I'm Austrian. It's protein.
It's like, this is so fucking gross, man.
It's so foul. Oh my God.
Anyway, don't eat chicken wraps, people. That's the lesson.
Don't eat chicken. Maybe don't eat anything. I don't know if anything is safe anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, like a wrap, it's like wraps are suspect. I don't like a wrap. I feel like what's in there? You know, it's hidden. You need it to be open. Open the wrap first and inspect it.
Do you feel that way about burritos?
No, I like a burrito.
Same concept, though.
I know. Maybe I don't like burritos anymore. Maybe that's the lesson here. You got to open it. I think like what you do is you open it, you inspect it, and then you rewrap.
You open it, inspect it, and then rewrap. Wow, that is quite a burrito process that you go through. Your burrito process is incredibly complex.
Mira, I feel like we should be invited to Taylor and Travis's wedding. I think that
I couldn't agree more.
You're a super fan. We've talked about them on this show repeatedly.
I'd be very respectful.
Do you think she will invite any fans? That would be kind of a cool move because I mean, that seems like the kind of publicity shit she'd do where she gave like golden tickets. It'd be like Willy Wonka.
I mean, like she used to have those like secret sessions where like she would have her team like monitor like the Taylor Swift fan accounts and then would pick out specific ones that were like very dedicated and bring them to her house to listen to the album before anybody else.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if she did that for her wedding.
Honestly, I feel like she might. And that would be so funny. I don't know what I would wear. I would have a hard time sorting out. I guess they'd probably tell you. If you got invited to that wedding, I feel like somebody would call you and tell you what to wear.
There's a dress code for sure. There's got to be like a very strict dress code. Like, I mean, if I got invited to Taylor Swift's wedding, I would be going into debt to hire a stylist.
Yeah, I would too. We'd have to hire a stylist.
I'd be like getting a custom made dress or something like that. Like you would just have to.
You wear white just to upstage the bride.
I'd wear a wedding dress.
I'd wear a tuxedo that was in the color of the Kansas City Chiefs uniform.
That's also a good question. Is she going to wear a white wedding dress? Or is it going to be like light pink or like light blue?
It'll be something fabulous and very unique, and it'll end up in the Smithsonian.
I bet it'll be ugly as hell.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, track record, you got to believe it's going to be the wrong choice. Let's put it that way. But
yeah,
it'll be fodder for a future episode of Brad's Fashion Corner. It's something that we can all, I think, agree that we are looking forward to. So Congratulations. I feel like I have to congratulate you on Taylor getting married. This feels like a milestone in your life.
I mean, I've never been a huge, I love Tavis so much, so it's not that exciting, but it certainly is causing me mental distress.
Wait, what
on some level.
Did you just call them by their couple name? What's it called?
Tavis.
Oh, Tavis. Okay.
Yeah. See, that's a small Brad learns.
Are you and Taylor the same age?
She is 3 years older than me.
Oh, so there's a little bit of big sis energy happening. I see what this is.
Like she's also oldest girl in the family energy, like oldest sister. We're both oldest sisters.
Okay, that makes more sense. I get why you latched on. All right, Mira. Well, it's always fun catching up with you, and I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about Tavis and their nuptials as the story develops. And hopefully we'll get some more good pop culture stories, like more naked celebrities walking through Studio City.
Brad loves a naked celeb.
It's always welcome. I mean, it's an easy one. It's like, oh, we got a naked celeb in cowboy boots. Perfect. Yeah.
Done and done.
Done. All right. Thanks to everybody at home for tuning in. Yet again, we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of Brad and Mira for the Culture. See you later, Mira.
Bye-bye.